At the light, take a slight right turn onto Tyerman Street. At the next light, turn right.
Cricket. Sorry. Tigers in action this afternoon. We'll have it here on 97.1 The Ticket, and we will talk more about it.
Matt Manning.
Matt Manning. Yep. Matt Manning. Taking it hill for his second career start. First one at Comerica Park. Look, I was at the Tiger game last night when I found out that they won the draft lottery. Had it on my phone, streaming it, and so my wife and kids. First game we've been at together in a couple of years. It was a blast to be back. I will say that. Had a great time. You were at home watching?
I was.
Yep, you screamed out loud.
Kang I went out for dinner, and then I came home and watched the game, and then watched the draft lottery, yes.
Kang was at home, didn't want to wake up the baby?
Yes, but I had to yell a little bit, made the yes, and the fist pump.
Yep.
But I wish I was somewhere like where you were at. I'd like to enjoy this with other people. This is it's been so long since something good happened to one of the 4 major sports in this town that you just want to share it. And what a day yesterday. The day, no mask mandate, the masks are lifted. The Pistons win the lottery. You're at the Tigers game. I mean, when they put that on the board, when the Tigers...
About an inning later.
How was the crowd?
It was great. The crowd reacted and was fired up. What was cool was those of us that were streaming it live all kind of reacted at the same time. When I looked around and saw
people over there, phones,
yeah, people celebrating. It was like those of us that were watching, we were in on a secret that the rest of the stadium didn't know yet. And then the next inning, they put it up on the big board, and that's when the whole place erupted. So it was very cool, very cool. And Tigers won last night, too. Look good doing it.
Well, the bullpen did a great job last night.
We'll talk about Scooble's outing, what to expect from Matt Manning today coming up this hour. But as promised, this morning, Piston GM Troy Weaver. Now, we said he's the exact opposite of... I said Stephen A. Smith, but the better comparison, because it's local, is Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, who's gregarious and paints a picture and, talks a lot. And then there's Troy Weaver, who doesn't. But, hey, man, he's getting the job done. If we have the Bill Belichick of basketball, that's perfectly fine with me. Because he's reserved, he's quiet, but he might actually be the smartest guy in the room. We'll see. But he wasn't going to just give away and say, yes, we're picking Cade Cunningham. But at one point, the morning show asked the Piston GM, Troy Weaver, to evaluate Cade Cunningham.
Versatility as a player. Skill set. His versatility, best attributes on the floor, off the floor. His leadership abilities. He brings a winning attitude. So there's a lot to like about what he brings to the table.
I mean, I'd like to say, hey, it was early in the morning, he got up, and he was going to be a little, tired. But that's what he sounded like last night, talking about it. I saw the Zoom chat.
I mean,
Weave, you just got the #1 pick. Talk about the possibility of Cade Cunningham. He brushes his teeth every day, makes his bed, says his prayers, eats his vitamins. He's kind to children, and
in 1 mile, turn right onto Southfield
I
freeway
mean,
frontage
look,
road.
I want to hear what he has to say, but I don't. I'm not running through any brick walls after he's done talking, but that's okay.
There's no kneecap biting there.
No, here's more from Troy Weaver talking about Cade Cunningham off the court.
Like I said, we've been double down on what we started last year, and we had 4 tremendous men we drafted last year, young men, and we'll continue on that track and make sure that we get the right person. Like I said, we can debate the play all day long, but we're going to get the right people in here, make sure that they fit what we're trying to do.
You know, at one point, the morning show asked him, are you looking for size in this draft? Are you looking for shooting in this draft, scoring in this draft, defense in this draft? And his response is, we want a competitor. We want a guy that hates to lose. Like, it was that kind of answer. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they'll do the full scale,
Go past this light. Then at the
personality
next one, turn
MRI
right.
and make sure that he's got everything you want out of the top overall pick in this draft. But as Kang pointed out, go out there right now and try to find an updated mock draft in like the last month that has somebody
At the
other than
light,
Cade Cunningham
turn right
going number
onto
one. If there were
Southfield Freeway
questions
frontage
about his
road.
drive or his
Then keep
personality,
left to merge onto
that probably wouldn't be
M39
the
north.
case, right?
Well, right, and it also screams about what the new NBA is, which goes to Kang's point that he brought up last week, which I think is a great one. You're no longer drafting for position, which what's going to help out the team. You're just drafting the best player because you can fit him in anywhere in today's NBA. It's no longer about having, I got to have the center. I need a power forward, or I need another shooter. You're getting a guy. Who's the best player? Because that guy's going to help your team.
Do you envision? I think there's 3 guys I'm really intrigued what their future holds. There's 4. There's Diallo, who I really hope that they bring back, restricted free agent. There's Sekou Doumbouya, who is still a child, and yet it feels like we're ready to move on, which I don't know that would be wise. There's Killian Hayes, who was their highest draft pick last year, that I think showed some great promise, but at this point has to show his game a little bit more, that he can play the game at this level. There's Josh Jackson, high-volume shooter, and I've heard mixed reviews on whether or not he's going to be back with this team or not. There are a lot of interesting decisions, and none of those guys are ancient. They're all young players that he's got to make the right call over who they're building around.
I mean, basically, their whole roster is chock full. They only have like 3 or 4 guys on the entire roster that are over the age of like 25. Bunch of young players.
So a lot of decisions to be made in this offseason, and here's what Troy Weaver had to say.
And just restoring a franchise is difficult because you're going to have to make tough choices.
In 6.8 miles, take exit 16 on the left to merge onto
I don't see a
M10
lot of
north toward
wholesale changes
I-696 west.
going forward. Building out continuity is really important. Without Bruce, myself and Coach Casey, so I expect us to bring back a lot of the guys that we have on the roster.
I feel like the Pistons went out and took some chances on guys. The Pistons were the change of scenery team. Like, would a change of scenery help Josh Jackson? Would a change of scenery help Jahlil Okafor? Would a change of scenery help Dennis Smith Jr.? And in some cases, it might have. I feel like they can stop doing that to a degree. Roll with last year's draft class, Jeremy Grant, Plum Dog Millionaire, Cade Cunningham, maybe this year's draft class, and start waiting for the upper echelon free agents to hope that they get excited about playing with this young core.
Yeah, that's the thing, is can you lure the next guy in? Because you want to compete at a high level in the NBA, you got to get a superstar. And Cade Cunningham may end up being a superstar, but you gotta have more than just the one guy if you want to be competing with the big ones.
All right, Rashad Phillips had some interesting things to say about Cade Cunningham. You'll hear what he had to say coming up today at 12:18. Some Tiger Talk at 12:30, leading into afternoon game with the St. Louis Cardinals. 97.1 The Ticket.
In 2018, marijuana use became legal in Michigan for adults over the age of 21. It's legal in Detroit and Grand Rapids. It's legal in Bad Axe and Goodhart. It's legal in hell. And it's legal in paradise. But there's one place in Michigan where being high is never legal, and and that's behind the wheel of a car. Studies show that marijuana impairs key driving skills like tracking, attention, reaction time, and hand-eye coordination. If you're found guilty of driving under the influence of marijuana, you could have your license suspended and face fines. You may even have to serve time in jail, which is not good, even in paradise. So remember, even though marijuana is legal, driving high is not. Don't drive high. It's the law. A message from the Michigan Office of Highway Safety Planning.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband's ED was affecting our marriage. When he first started experiencing ED, it was difficult for both of us. We didn't know who to talk to about it or where to get help. HIMSS was our answer. HIMSS connected my husband with a licensed provider online. He was able to get medication to treat his ED at a fraction of the price people pay for the name brand. It was delivered to our door, and guess what? Our sex life is back. It works.
Right now, get your first online provider's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/joy. Yep, free. No copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Just the care you need.
Thanks to HIMSS, we got our sex life and our marriage back.
To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhims.com/joy.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
It's pretty bad.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now he speaks Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Before you buy or lease your next vehicle, come see what we can do for you at Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi friends, Bill Gowling here, telling you about some of the great values going on during our Ram Spotlight sales event. Qualified Chrysler employees can lease a 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab V8 4x4 for just $347 a month. Leases for 39 months, 10,000 miles a year with $2,000 down. We have more than 1,500 vehicles available only at Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, or online at Gowling.com.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial, and we've created a very unique 5-star process that allows the majority of our refinance loans to close in 10 business days or less without the need of an appraisal. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started now.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas.
Radio.com is now Odyssey. Download the Odyssey app and listen to 97.1 The Ticket and all the sports, news, music, and podcasts that move you.
Scott Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket. Open lines, 248-539-9797. Welcome everybody to the program. Those of you streaming on the Odyssey app, download it today and take the show anywhere with you on your mobile device. Also streaming through Twitch, where you can watch the show, twitch.tv, search up 971 The Ticket. That way, you can see what's going on in studio. We read a lot of what you say on the streaming chat there. Plus, we stream through our website, 971theticket.com, where Tuesday, Evan posted Champ and Chump at a weekend. So hopefully you check that out. Meantime, we're talking about the huge news. It kind of transcends sports because I think this gets non-Piston fans excited. When one of our local teams wins the #1 overall pick in a draft lottery, which, you know, it's written in all league bylaws that can't happen with a Detroit team.
Right. Win a lottery, right?
Yes, but it did accidentally. We'll take it. And look, this creates an excitement because the table's set to take a superstar. I can't remember who wrote it. Somebody, I must see if I can find it, wrote that Cade Cunningham is the best prospect to come out in the last decade. I don't even know if I go that far. I certainly wouldn't say he's Kobe LeBron. I do think he
before the draft happens, before they begin their NBA career. And that's the way that they evaluated all of these other players was, I think this guy is okay, but they do it before the draft, before their careers begin. Because if you do it afterwards, then you'd be like saying, wait a minute, so this guy is supposed to be better than Booker. He's going to be better than Doncic, right? Because this one, no. What they're saying is, going into the draft, this is where he has it. So I'm excited about it. I've heard comparables, and the name Grant Hill gets bandied about. If he turns out to be Grant Hill.
Here's one. This is from John Hollinger on The Athletic, who writes of Cunningham. Cunningham is also cool, unflappable customer who has a penchant for big shots. He's clearly an NBA starter from day one. The possibilities of a late shooting give him Jason Tatum upside. His inability to beat defenders off the dribble may not matter if he's rising up for 30-footers against them. We'll see. I think he might be good enough to at least break some people down and free up Sadiq Bey. I think Sadiq Bey is going to benefit from this tremendously because his team's figured out Sadiq Bey can shoot. They closed out on him a lot harder. They switched a lot harder, and now they can't quite give him as much attention. But, all right, Rashad Phillips, former UD Mercy standout, now does NBA talent evaluation and talked about why the pick is so clearly Cade Cunningham.
Well, when you look at a kid like Cade Cunningham, he has flashbacks. It reminds me a lot of Grant Hill. And when you look at him on tape, his fluidity, his aura, his ability to make everybody around him better, he lifts his surroundings, and he carries himself in the manner that we want a franchise player to. And this is a kid that you can build around. He doesn't take up a lot of space in regards to his character. He doesn't take a lot of shots. He just plays the game the right way. I just think this is the perfect pick, and he reminds me of Grant Hill.
We talked during the season about how the rookie class seemed unselfish, worked incredibly hard, and and on both ends of the floor. And I remember saying, I hope the league doesn't infect these guys. I hope they keep this youthful exuberance and can play that way. There's a little bit of learning too. You know, when you're coming down the stretch in the league, if you've played 70 games all out, floor to, pedal to the floor, you might have emptied the tank early. So there's a balance there too. But when I hear Cade Cunningham described that way, I just feel like he's going to fit in perfectly with this young core that they have and what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good point. I like how all four draft picks last year accepted what their roles were. I mean, from moment one, Isaiah Stewart knew what he was going to do. Rebound, play defense, to the point where he was accepting of that role so much that now they're saying, okay, now we want you to work on three-point shooting. We want you to develop more of the offensive game, which, you don't really hear that too much. Like, it doesn't seem like you have to encourage players to try to develop your offensive game. But it's more the defensive side. So that's good to hear about him. And obviously Killian Hayes, totally different player before the injury and after the injury. Before the injury, weren't really sure about it. You knew that the knock on him was he couldn't go to his left or to his right, whichever direction it was. He was only one directional and wasn't really shooting. Gets hurt, works out while he's hurt, comes back, physically looks a lot stronger and a hell of a lot more confident, where he had highlight reel passes every game, and you can see that confidence growing.
It was great.
And Sadiq Bey, obviously, the way he came out and just being a shooter all season long and falling, 12 3-point shots shy of the NBA rookie record, and even Saben Lee. Saben Lee looked fearless out there. He didn't know I'm a second-round pick. No, okay, I don't care. I'm still going to the rack every chance I can, and there's upside with him.
All right, you heard Rashad Phillips mention character. What is it about Cade Cunningham's character that he likes so much?
Yeah, for me, I live in Orlando, so I'm right around the corner from the high school that he played at Mount Bird. So I was able to watch him in high school. So, I mean, he is a fantastic kid off the court, comes from a terrific family, well-spoken, highly intelligent. I've had him on my show doing some interviews with him. So this is just a well-rounded kid. And when you look for draft picks, especially number 1 draft picks, they got to check all the boxes. Cade Cunningham checks all the boxes on the court. He checks all the boxes off the court.
I don't know what else you could say. That's outstanding. Okay? Character's not going to be an issue. Sounds like work ethic's not going to be an issue.
Those are 2 big things to check off, right?
Yep.
Sounds like the diva factor is low.
And now the next question, how does he fit in with the current Piston roster? Here's what Rashad Phillips had to say.
He rises everybody's talent level around him. I call Cade Cunningham dual forward. So his ability to handle the ball, initiate offense, play make is perfect for the guys that we have in the locker room today. Sadiq Bey, who's a terrific a small forward who can knock down shots. He reminds me a lot of Antoine Walker when he was with the Boston Celtics. Isaiah Stewart being a bruiser, a great rim roller, and a really good enforcer. And you put Cade Cunningham in the mix of that. You add Josh Jackson, who can get out in the lane and finish. I mean, this is an exciting team with Cade Cunningham. I really love where we're going here.
I can say where we're going here. It feels like he's got a tie to the Pistons other than he's from...
I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, he's from Detroit. He's from Ferndale.
I mean, did you see Jalen Rose last night?
Yeah, Jalen.
Yeah, no, I got that, but Jalen, there's no apologies about it. We've known that. But
Yeah.
I mean, but this, I don't know. I mean, I just wasn't ready to hear the all we. I'm cool with it.
Hey, man, this is a victory for anyone that's from here, been from here, passed through Detroit, I swear. Like, last night was a celebration of... We didn't win one game last night. Not one game was won last night.
They won the draft lottery.
But damn it felt like something huge happened.
It did. And I guess my point is that I'm going to take a step back and take everything with a grain of salt when you got fans of Detroit that are talking about the Detroit pick. It's like, how much objectivity is there?
Well, I mentioned earlier, find me one mock draft that doesn't have Cade Cunningham going number 1.
I know.
So when you take a step back, and I totally understand what you're saying, take a step back and then go outside of Jalen Rose, go outside Rashad Phillips, Wojnarowski, all the other guys, they're saying the same thing. Jay Billis, Cade Cunningham's the guy. He's well-rounded, so well-rounded that you can't pass on this guy on and off the court.
What does Dan Dockich do?
I don't care.
You could stream it after the show.
Not even a little bit.
All right, 248-539-9797. Phone calls, feedback, some Tiger talk straight ahead. There's Young Arms on display last night and today. We'll get to that at 12:31. 97.1 The Ticket.
We asked people in Michigan why they got the COVID-19 vaccine.
Because I am 24 weeks pregnant and we wanted to protect our baby boy.
Get vaccinated to protect my family, protect my friends, and help our community.
Because I believe in the science.
Why did you get vaccinated?
My best friend couldn't. She caught COVID and passed away the day before her birthday. That is my why.
Be able to hug my mom again. I haven't been able to hug her in over a year.
I want to hug my grandma again.
And I'm ready to get back to somewhat normal.
All the vaccines have been tested for safety and are trusted by doctors.
I'm vaccinated. I'm coming to give you a big hug. I love you, Mom.
You've got your why. Now find a vaccine near you at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember the Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There's a lot of streaming services out there, each filled with reality TV, comedy, drama, and of course, superheroes. But there's one dedicated entirely to nonfiction TV and documentary films, and that's Curiosity Stream. History, science, nature, we've got it. Space, dinosaurs, big cats, we've got that too. And pretty much anything else you want to explore. Go ahead, add some smart TV to your smart TV with CuriosityStream. Go to CuriosityStream.com to sign up and start streaming today.
Who have we all had a little trouble social distancing from? Here's a clue. About 6 feet tall, has handles, and is cold inside. That's right, our refrigerators and our waistlines have suffered. However, Skechers would like to help you get back on track with our incredible Go Walk footwear. Because once you put on Skechers Go Walks, they're so comfortable you'll be inspired to get out there and start walking. Skechers is a comfort technology company, and Go Walks are fully loaded with all the comfort and performance innovations you need. They're incredibly lightweight and breathable with features like air-cooled Gogomat insoles and bouncy foam bottoms for extra cushioning. And Go Walk footwear come in all the fits you love, like stretch fit, wide fit, relaxed fit, and arch fit with podiatrist certified arch support. Plus, you'll look great with so many stylish options to choose from, including easy slip-ons and comfy lace-ups. And they're even machine washable. It's time you distance yourself from that fridge. Get out there and start Go Walking. Find the #1 walking footwear in the world, Skechers Go Walk, for men and women at Skechers.com, a Skechers store, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Tigers fans, single game tickets for all Tigers home games July through September are on sale now. Don't miss the Red Sox, Rangers, Blue Jays, and more. Tickets start at just $10. Go to tigers.com/tickets.
97.1 The Ticket and Ellison Brewery have teamed up. Introducing the Ticket American Lager and the Ticket Double Dry Hopped Hazy Pale Ale. Look for them on tap near you. Must be 21. Enjoy responsibly.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Capurro of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
This hour's ticket signing bonus keyword is paper. Text paper to 72881 for your chance at $1,000.
It's going to mean a lot. It's going to mean a lot for this team. You know, I think the team is heading in the right direction. We got a group of young guys who comes out and play hard on both ends of the floor. You know, it's one of those teams where, you know, guys come out and they make plays with their energy and effort. And to add a #1 pick to that caliber of team, you know, the sky should be the limit for this team.
That's Ben Wallace. I got to tell you, Ben Wallace was asked, did he bring a Lucky Charm? And his response, you hear what his response was? I'm the Lucky Charm.
There you go.
If you haven't seen the picture we tweeted out of Ben Wallace last night after they won it, it is, quite frankly, the most badass picture you will ever see. And check it out. It has got 151 likes since we posted it this morning.
Here's what's interesting about that picture and about Ben Wallace and being the good luck charm for the Pistons is that Ben these days has he's got the hair cut tight now.
Yep.
When you've seen this in the past where people have brought different things to it, right? Trolls have been done with the little troll dolls with the hair all over the place.
Yes.
I would have thought, like, Ben Wallace is their own little troll, right? Nothing little about Ben Wallace, but
I don't know that that's the comparison I'd make.
But with the hair that he used to, when he used to have the fro all over the place.
Yeah.
Fear the fro, right? It was kind of like a troll, and I'm thinking he's gonna have the troll hair, right? Didn't do it, and didn't need it.
Well, Ben looked like the godfather of the Detroit Pistons, man. He had there with the blazer on, the silver fox going, just sat there stoic, and just once it happened, gave that grin, that kind of grin. What would you call that, Doug? He had the #1 finger up, but then he had the
it's a wry grin.
Yeah, it was just like,
I thought it was more of a scowl,
like one of those, like,
it's a screensaver on my computer now. I'm looking directly at it. You know what this is?
Grin, or
I think
satisfaction is what it looked like.
I made this happen.
Yeah,
I'm looking at
he ordered it,
yes,
and it came through.
I made this happen. Easy.
I'm just saying.
Desk of Doom had something to do with it.
Desk of Doom. Here's the thing.
He ordered the Desk of Doom.
Lots of people had stuff to do with it. I feel like, okay? But let's not upset the desk.
Oh, don't worry. Desk has got to be pretty full. I mean, we fed Desk a lot last night.
Pretty amazing.
The #1 overall pick, it happened. It freaking happened. This is not a dream. This is not a drill.
I mean,
it actually happened.
It's pretty great.
Do you still believe it? I kind of don't.
No, I've said it 10 times on the show. I can't believe they won this pick. It's hard to believe. All right, so the other thing you're going to see, what just happened during the commercial break, and people watching on Twitch saw us laughing. One of those Euro games is going on right now.
Soccer.
And
Spain and Slovakia.
Slovakia had a terrible turnover on their own end. Led to one of the Spanish players taking a shot that hit the crossbar, went straight up in the air. And the goalie went back to his line and tried to jump and knock it over the crossbar and out of bounds for a corner.
Right, as if like he was going to dunk it, kind of, but he was facing his own goal mouth.
So if the goal is behind him, he's facing into the goal, ball's coming straight down at him, and he's trying to just tip it over so it's out of danger.
Just tip it. He
volleyball spikes it directly into his own net. It is one of the funniest effing things you will ever see. You know the ESPN Not Top 10 every Friday that they do?
That's number one.
This will be number one. You will probably see it before the day is done. The Slovakian goaltender spikes the ball into his own net.
Now that we spent a lot of time talking soccer, but in previously in the game, he had a definite top 10 play where he made a save on a penalty kick. He guessed correctly. The Spanish kicker kicked it to his left, to the kicker's left. The goalie dove, fully laid out an extension, made a brilliant save. That'll be on the highlight reel for top 10. And then what he just did, completely erased it. Saved the goal, and then scored a goal on his own net.
You will see it. In fact, you go on Twitter, you can probably see it within 7 seconds.
Yeah.
But, all right, so Tigers play this afternoon against the St. Louis Cardinals. They won last night 8-2. Let's start with the offense. Jake Rogers, a big 2-run single. St. Louis helped with some terrible defense. One of the weirdest throws to third base I've ever seen.
He overshot it a little bit.
It looked like a quarterback and a receiver who made the wrong read. Like the receiver
broke to the right and he threw it to the left.
Exactly. That's what the play looked like, and it led to a big inning. Tigers scored 6 in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the fourth, they scored 6. And what was just a game, it was cruising. Well, it wasn't cruising along. Tarek Skubal used a lot of pitches to get through the first couple innings. He had a 28-pitch second inning. No runs scored.
He ended up throwing 97 pitches and didn't make it out of the fifth.
And he fell victim to that classic thing that happens. You're cruising, and he was cruising through 4. And the Tigers batted for 45 minutes in the bottom of the inning. Scored 6 runs.
Well, there's that. He also, but a lot of it's his own fault. He had a perfect inning. He had one perfect inning, I think, in the third. And he threw
still too many.
Like over 20 pitches in the inning.
Yeah.
It was like 16 pitches to the first 2 guys. It was a perfect inning.
It was an inordinate amount of foul balls, I thought, last night. But anyway, so he didn't get out of the fifth, didn't get the win, and it took 90, whatever you said, pitches.
97.
He didn't seem to be throwing as hard last night. Every time I looked up at the radar gun, it seemed to be low to mid-90s. He never really, I don't think I ever saw him hit 96. I'm sure he did. By the way, in that big 6-run inning, Miggy made the first out and the last out.
Yeah.
That's never a good thing.
And left the game with a calf strain.
Yeah, they don't think it's serious. Jonathan Scope hit a 3-run bomb in that inning. Bullpen came in and did the job, which was nice, as the Tigers got the 8-2 win. But Skubal, overall, I mean, again, if this is going to be his first full season kind of start, it bodes very well for the future. Very well for the future. And now we see Matt Manning again today, his first Comerica Park start. And he's a big basketball guy, so he's going to be all fired up over the number 1 overall pick. There's a good young core of athletes in Detroit to get excited about, but Manning is the next.
Yeah, and look, the guy that I locked into said I think he's going to be good. Akil Baddoo is leading off in today's game. He's got his average up to 270 on the season now.
They put, he leads all rookies in OPS.
So he's got enough at bats to make that stat, and he's doing it legitimately too. That first week, it was ridiculous with everything was an extra base hit, and now he's getting on base a ton. There's no Cabrera in the lineup today. Eric Haas is the DH. Scope is your first baseman. You got Paredes in the lineup. Das Cameron's in the lineup. Akil Baddoo is in the lineup, and Jake Rogers is catching. So there's a lot of young guys to take a look at.
Well, and Baddoo, one of the things that we have discussed that we are very much looking forward to is a Tiger team built to have success in Comerica Park, which would, one of the things you would need is a ton of speed in the outfield. He tracked down a ball on the warning track in left center last night, on a ball that was smoked, that very few players could get to, but you have to have great speed, and he does. When he got on first last night, I was excited because we talked about how he had actually kind of a lot of extra base hits and wasn't getting as many chances to steal because when you got that kind of speed, you don't necessarily need to steal third, but, so I was excited, and then I think the first pitch was a wild pitch. It got him down to second base. I want to see if they would run with him, but Badu stirred the drink there a little bit last night, and Skubal, again, was good. So good stuff from the young core, and now they take on St. Louis this afternoon. 248-539-9797. Let's get back to your phone calls. We're going to Pat next up here on 97.1. Hi, Pat.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How you doing?
All right, Pat.
Let me take the speakerphone again.
Good idea.
Let's do that.
Yeah, prefer that.
All right, so yeah, I was just wanted to comment on Cade Cunningham, man, because I was so excited last night, and I kind of had a feeling when we got to like the top 3 picks. I was like, ooh, the Pistons are going to get it. Then they called the second pick, and I'm like, ooh, it's Olajuwon and Ben Wallace. I'm like, ooh, Ben's going to get it. And we got it, and I'm excited, and I almost broke my wrist clapping, and I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? So then I go, and I'm probably the only person in the world who hasn't checked out a Cade Cunningham game or something. So I go check out the 25-minute highlight, and I'm like, okay, nothing he did was, like, extremely impressive, but he was extremely effective. Like, everything he did was on point, the scoring, the rebounding, the defense. And then I was like, I just hope he's not a Sean Livingston. And he wasn't a bad player, but I just don't remember the hype that he got coming out, out of school. So I just want to comment on that. Like, I am so happy for us as an organization, and I just didn't want Sean Livingston, even though he might have had a lot of hype coming out.
If he had more wow, like a lot more wow, he might be LeBron or Kobe. But nobody's claiming he's that. He's just a damn good basketball player with a unique skill set for a guy who's 6'8".
Yeah, I hate to put this on him, but because this guy I'm about to mention is so good already, it's Luka Doncic. There's nothing that screams, explosive athleticism, wow factor with Luka. But when he came out of Europe, he was hands down the '1 prospect, and a lot of people said he was the best player to come out of Europe ever. Look what Luka's done. If you can straight up play the game, and he's got the same kind of size, 6'7", 6'8"-ish, 220.
You can distribute the ball, you can score, defend, you can rebound, everything.
It all. So Cade Cunningham, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to use the Luka comparison, but when people see him, he isn't a jump out the building type of guy. He isn't the I'm going to take every shot type of guy. He's just a great basketball player, and consensus, all the scouts say this guy should be the #1 overall pick.
Frank out of Cell is next year on 97.1. Hi, Frank.
Hi.
Hey, Frank.
Excuse me, hey. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Frank.
Okay, great. I just have to dispute the whole idea that this guy is a Grant Hill clone. I watched almost every game that Cunningham played. I have a board light, and I have a nice program that allows me to record a lot of stuff. And, the real knock against Cunningham is the fact that he's pretty much a below average athlete. As a matter of fact, he's pretty similar to Killian Hayes in that respect. And as a matter of fact, the article that you quoted by Hollinger in The Athletic notes that he only has made 46% of his field goals in the 2-point range. And that's because, he's really deficient in terms of getting to the rim and going over people. Typically, when he would get into the lane, he would have to contort himself to get a shot up, or the shot might get blocked, or, he just wasn't...
Would you take
I would say this.
Would you take
Yeah, ask that question. Would you draft him?
Oh, yeah. I think he's a fantastic player.
Thank you. 248-539-9797, 97.1 the ticket.
Hey, guys, today is that day. I mean, today's Wednesday, and you've missed out on it here already because Penske Logistics, they set up the interviews in Romulus and Chesterfield from 9 a.m. to noon. But don't fret. This is going to happen every Wednesday. So give them a call right now. You can be interviewing with them next week and Wednesday, and this is why you're going to want to call them. They have immediate part-time and full-time warehouse openings at their cold storage warehouse in Romulus, also the dry storage warehouse that's in Chesterfield. You talk about working for one of the coolest places in town. As an order selector, you're going to be working for one of the largest grocery store chains in America, not to mention for a company that's an industry leader. Now, if Wednesdays don't work, listen up. They have daily walk-in open houses between 1 and 3 p.m. That's Monday through Friday. Or give them a call. at 313-402-1368. Give them a call right now to speak with a recruiter, or you can apply online. And I should let you know that they're really easy to work with and to work for. This is an awesome opportunity. New full-time hire is going to average more than $51,000 in the first year and receive top-notch benefits. Also, a $1,500 signing bonus is there with personal time off that you can actually use this year, the first year, your full hire, your hire of a full-time job. This is awesome. You know the name, you see their trucks, check out their website. It's a lot more to it than you would think. The number again, they have a couple different numbers. Here's the other number, is 734-403-4077. That's 734-403-4077, or apply online at Penske.jobs. Penske's an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial, and we've created a very unique 5-star process that allows the majority of our refinance loans to close in 10 business days or less without the need of an appraisal. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started now.
This Odyssey.com Sports Minute is brought to you by Taylor Chevrolet. This is Damon Amendolara with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Bill Belichick had another chance recently to discuss his use of analytics, the heavy data-centric angle so many front offices are using in today's sports world, and the hoodie dismissed it, basically shoving that pen protector back into the face of the nerds at this conference. But who really believes that? A coach who has built a legendary career, perhaps the best career ever, ignores available information? He's built a reputation as the ultimate game situation manager, a man that knows the ins, outs, and odds of every scenario, and yet ignores data because it's spit out of a computer? No chance. He's playing possum so that there isn't a legion of coaches that mimic him and potentially use it against him. Belichick is no dummy, which is why we know this is just a ruse. This is Damon Amendolara.
Credit Karma Money is a brand new checking account where you can win daily instant Karma purchase reimbursements on items up to $5,000. Now, when you make a purchase between June 8th and June 30th, you'll automatically be entered to win $1 million. Visit creditkarma.com/winmoney now to open your free account and start winning instant Karma. That's creditkarma.com/winmoney. Instant Karma is sponsored by Credit Karma. No purchase necessary. Exclusions and terms apply. See rules. Banking services provided by MVB Bank Inc. Member FDIC. Maximum balance and transfer limits apply.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on.
Pittsburgh to see who the Pistons should draft. So we already have some advice for the Pistons if they want to come down to Comerica. Pat Manning's got them covered.
So there you go.
Manning's father was look.
Yeah. Just a very, very cool deal. Pistons get the number 1 overall pick. And I was thinking, what are we talking about on this show a year ago?
A year ago, we were talking about
NASCAR.
This is true. We're loving NASCAR.
We're loving NASCAR. Did what we could.
McDonald's, will you be using your mobile reward test today?
No.
Are you looking at you?
Can I get a double quarter pounder with cheese with just ketchup and onion? And a Big Mac meal, large size with the Coke. And that's it.
Big Mac large meal with a Coke and a double quarter only ketchup and onions is going to be $16.20 for stuff.
All right.
You like 2 large sweet teas and a large frozen Coke?
Nope, a double quarter pounder with cheese.
And a Big Mac meal?
Yep.
$16.20, thank you. Hi, we using our mobile rewards today? Or app? My name's Heather. What can I get you for lunch today? Can I use anything else today?
Thanks.